Gradey, Michael Grange from Sportsnet. Congratulations. What do you think you can bring to an NBA team, and how soon can you provide what an NBA team might need?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I can, really provide, and my biggest goal coming into this is making an instant impact early, coming into a team, especially like Toronto, and bring that shooting ability. The thing I take pride in the most. And I actually just got off, FaceTime with Scotty, and a player like him where he can kind of do a lot of different things, versatile wise, and bring that kind of combo of that combined with my shooting.
Hey, June. Do you want to grab this first one?
Hey, Gradey, Abdul Hamid from the Canadian Press. I wanted to ask you, how well do you feel like you'll be able to mesh with the team, especially when you touch on being able to make an instant impact?
Yeah, I think it'll be great. It was a couple of weeks ago. I was really working out with the team, seeing the city for the first time, and I couldn't think of a better place for me to get drafted to. Just the city and the people combined is just amazing. But yeah, like you said, coming into the team, I know my game personally the best, just obviously because it's my game, but I know what I can bring to a team, and I just want to come in to that, just trying to perfect any role that I'm given, by the coach, and really just not trying to be anyone who I'm not. And I think with that selfless kind of attitude and everyone kind of buying into a selfless attitude, that's going to make the team go that much further.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Hey, Gradey. Eric Corrine from The Athletic. Congratulations. The Raptors have struggled as a shooting team the last 2 years. That's obviously what you're known for. Beyond that, what do you see being the things that keep you on the floor or give you a chance to be on the floor regularly next year?
Yeah, kind of away from just talent-wise, just my competitive spirit. I think that I can go out there and be anyone who's in front of me or who I'm going against, and I bring 110% to anything that I do. And like you said, with my shooting, away from that, just the versatility that I'm excited to show more and more of with the open space in the NBA compared to college, a whole different game. So I'm excited to kind of be in that play style, show my full arsenal.
Hey, Gradey, welcome to Toronto soon. Aaron Rose, SI.com. Are there parts of your game that you've been working on this summer? What are you trying to get better at as you come into the NBA?
Of course. I think the biggest kind of things I've worked out with the pre-draft process in California was really just kind of the pace of my game. Knowing that I'm getting my consistent shots up, but also knowing I need to keep working on the ball in my hands and being able to utilize that to get to my spots on the court. It's really kind of going off live reads and knowing how to read defenses and it's all that live stuff. So.
Hey, Gradey, Mike Ganter from the Toronto Sun. Wanted to ask you about your workout. It came about kind of late, if I understand that right. How did it come together, and what were the circumstances?
Yeah, it was one of my last workouts. I came in when the coach came in too, so got to meet him for the first time and really just show them what I'm about, kind of just in the face of how I play, what type of player I am, and away kind of from the basketball court, just seeing the city for the first time. I've never been there, so just seeing the beauty of that, kind of coming from Kansas, is a lot different. But I enjoyed it. It's definitely one of my favorite visits at the time, and then kind of going from that, it's the most perfect place. I'm super excited.
And are you and Scotty? Did you know him before, or is this just you getting to know him now?
A little bit, yeah. We're in the same agency with WME, and he was in Santa Barbara where we did pre-draft last year. So when he was going through that, I was up there for a day. Kind of got to know him through that, and then his old high school. We never played them. He was older, but Montford, and then I was at Sunrise, so I knew connections through that. That kind of brought it about. But yeah, I got off FaceTime, and just a lot of jokes, a lot of laughter. So it'll be a fun time.
Hey, Gradey, it's Doug Smith of the Toronto Star. How many times have you seen The Wizard of Oz?
That's exactly why I wore this. Thank you for noticing. A couple of times. I've seen the newer one a bunch.
The newer one? Okay. How about the original? But no,
The
really,
black and white
Kansas.
one.
I get the Kansas connection and everything. Like, why are you representing it so much in your outfit tonight, I guess?
Yeah, because just the community of Kansas has done so much for me and my family. You know, I've been here, went to the University of Kansas, and just everything that I do, I like to just represent my community, and looking forward to representing my community soon.
Hey Grady, Adam Blascaris from Daily Hive. I wanted to ask you, how do you expect to adapt as a player who's probably been the best player on your basketball team or the number 1 or 2 option on your basketball team throughout most of your career? How are you expecting to adapt to a new role in the NBA next season?
Yeah, I think it's just my selfless mindset and attitude. You know, I've always come into stuff, and honestly, you know, I have the attitude that I was, you know, the best in college. But you know, when I got to college, that wasn't really the case at the start. Or, I mean, you could say what you want, but I think it's just when a team buys in selflessly, then you know, it just makes the whole season a lot more fun. And then, like I was talking about with me earlier, you know, I really just want to come into an organization, whatever the role the coach gives me, I'm perfectly fine with. You know, it's just basketball at the end of the day. I just love to be on the court, so I'm going to do everything in my power to try to perfect that role and really just have fun doing so.
Hey Grady, congratulations on the pick. Speaking of that workout, and you mentioned how Toronto felt like a good fit for you. Can you speak to did you meet Coach Darko in your workout, and kind of what were your first impressions of him and the Raptors front office when you came here?
Yeah, so I met him for the first time there. I'm towards the end of my workout, and just knew right then from there if I ended up, because obviously I didn't know, you know, where I was being drafted. So kind of getting the idea that if I ended up here, then it would have been a super fun time just with him around and his personality and my personality kind of getting along really well. So that's why I'm here, sitting here, so excited, and you know, we're kind of ready to hit the ground running when I get there.
Hey Grady, congratulations. Kayla Gray, TSN. By now, I'm sure you know all your TikToks are circulating online. For what you bring on the court in terms of your personality, what's one thing you want us to know about who you are off of the court?
I mean, you can kind of tell how I am off the court through those videos, but really just getting across that I'm gonna be myself in everything that I do. You know, I'm never gonna go into something and try to be someone who I'm not, and kind of, you know, like walk through a tunnel with a stone face and try to be too cool for anything. I'll never be like that. And, you know, I'm never gonna lose that ever. So just go there, you know, have a fun time, and that's when I have the most fun in life, is when I'm playing basketball and, you know, be able to show my emotion. And that's what excites me. A guy like Scotty, I think our personalities get along really well with that. Maybe some TikToks along the way.